A philosopher's coat rack. Without having been educated by the pedagogy on that philosophy, I came to it myself. You learn so much from your interactions about people. You start drawing circles around people you deem sociopathic or narcissistic. Drawing circles around them, acting like you know what they're gonna say or do next. It's not your fault that you can recognize patterns. But recognizing those patterns isn't the power in those relationships. Acting on those things that you recognize about those patterns is the power. Because now that you can see through the guys, you can make the proper moves to have equivalent or to have the advantage in an exchange. It's not even so combative. It's just so simple. And I can see it in myself. That's one thing that all that parasocial or just social ideation, it kind of clouds that. Like you start to think about what other people are doing and you know, maybe you're hyper aware of what other folks are doing, but do you not see within yourself? You know, there's things that people externalize and there's things that people internalize. It's like all day, every day, you know, you can tell yourself these things. That's not what makes these things powerful. It's you having the follow up of interacting with that information properly. Ina's whining. She wants to come out here. I need to get my charger. It's cold as a bitch, bro. It's cold as a bitch. I can think or foresee that it's probably gonna do those type of cards about like you know, just the idea of a group. I'm about to go engage in an activity with my family. We're about to go watch that new James Cameron film with the Boo Peoples. Yeah, we're going to go see Avatar, Fire and whatever. Fire and Ash, Water and Ice, a song, dance, Ice and Dragons, Fire and, well, something like that. The Pimp a Butterfly, King Kendrick, whatever the fuck. Yeah, so I bet it's gonna be, you know, just talk about that. Be open to other people, that type of shit. But I know you never know, man. There, like I said, I've been kind of lapsing internally, and I believe that, you know, you can look around and you can see these things and deem them cycles, you know. You falling back into a slump, a stupor, or oh, maybe you picked up something new and it's giving you new energy. Like you're like, oh, all this, all my intuition is bringing me opportunities. Like, you know, whether it's, we perceive it manifests in a good or a bad way. It's there. And, you know, you should always view yourself. You put yourself first, you know. You should always be putting yourself first. Support yourself before you can support others. You should always lead with you, because that's the best way to be able to compensate for someone else. It's like, if you're not in check, you can't be sitting there trying to check other people. And of course, while it's like a generalization, there's always implications or exceptions to those sort of generalizations. But at the end of the day, that's where we are. I can see myself and say, Joel, you need to No, no, just me and Echo for now. Yeah, there's yeah. I'll put this laptop on top of it. Laptop is a Bible. There's multiple Bibles. I just know before you have a meditation, you should actually think about your real life and all the things that are going about. You gotta take them in to decalibrate. Because if you don't, I sincerely think that through all my life, like going to church, reading together in the household, like the Bible, any of these things that are supposed to be spiritual endeavors, if you just kind of take them on without really giving your mind to it's like poof. And even if you were feeling good effects from it, they just disappear. That shit crazy, ain't it? No, that's real life. So I always use like a little bit of time before I get into a reading to just recall and recollect things that like are actually like pertinent or present within my mind, you know? Like there's things that you'll always feel that are like just kind of passive. But then there's real things that are going on like in your week. Like one thing, I'm about to invest into my business. I want to do some pound cakes, infused pound cakes. Yeah, I got the infused cookies, I got the infused pizza, I got the infused pound cake now. That's what I want to get going. So I got to get there, I'm trying to get back on that hustle, you know. I got a little bit of money, and instead of spending it on some goofy shit, I'm gonna spend it on something. I'm just looking at this bar of light on my eyes. It's so funny. And now I'm thinking of just reinvesting it. And I don't want to go blow it on no alcohol or no nothing that's gonna just be substance and that disappears. I'd rather put it into like a tattoo gun, another one, to replace my old dragon hawks. I had 2 dragon hawks at one point, and like I'd be looking at it and I'm trying to get some tattoos done. But then I be thinking, it's like, yo, why did you stop doing tattoos? Get back into the art. I've been on digital art, like working with a stylist on the phone and sketching a lot. Might as well get the tattoo gun back, work on my line work, even if it's just on some banana peels. Oh, it's cold. I tell you what, it's cold right now. 58 degrees. 58 degrees. Yeah, 58 degrees. It's colder than a bitch. I gotta read me some of this holy Bible. I love people that persist that the cards and all the other forms of witchcraft are like just different than the Bible. I don't know. Y'all niggas must not could have seen a lot of culture. But before I open this Bible, that's one thing that I guess I could talk about. There's these people out there, and they're very real. I was outside of a bar talking to somebody, and he had started talking about it. And they real deal believe that like the textbook, like landmark, kind of spirituality, like they real deal think the Anunnaki are real, bro. Like it's not just some Joe Rogan shit, bro. I met one of those niggas a couple nights ago. They're like, the angels and like God and the devil, they really believe that the principalities are real. There real deal are some niggas like that out there. And I urge you to detract from all that when you hear it, rather than run away and say, oh, it's gonna A, scare me out of my spirituality, what I was taught to believe in, B, it's gonna invite devils into my mind. Like, there's all these different interpretations of it, but you should really listen and hear what those people are saying. And it's so strange, like they're just like everyone else, bro. Like, there's really people out there who subscribe, like their spirituality is about almost tribalism, instead of understanding the natural world like in a scientific way, to where I'm not a Christian. I'm really like super agnostic, like almost atheistic. I'm almost closer to an atheist than to a person that would claim to be a Christian. But I swear, I believe in God way more than like a Christian, bro. So much so that like I think religion and spirituality is like a part of the natural order. Like science is literally just observing nature, and all religion is just like, it's analogous to something like psychology, where it's just a bunch of ontology. It's just a bunch of ideas about how things work, and it's mostly theoretical. But that's where I fall off with the religion guys, because in order to accept the idea that there's higher powers, you kind of have to disregard all of that flim flam where they tell you their fables and parables and tales. You know, like, oh, I'm saying, like, when they tell you about devils, Satan, and they tell you about angels and all that, and the Anunnaki and giants, and they tell you about, oh, these jinn, these wicked demons, they literally are doing what all the other religions are doing. It's like, we have this term pagan, and it's so strange that you would call people with animistic religions that are older than yours, you could call them pagans when they're worshiping older gods than yours. It's like, no, you guys turned away from their religion. I don't know, man. It's so funny because back then education wasn't to the degree that it was now. So it's so easy to understand why these ideas and sentiment are so like held in people's hearts. Like, because like while they had schools, their schools were teaching them like ignorant things. Like, they didn't even have the capacity to study and archive like how we do today. And so at the end of the day, when it came to like history or etymology, like they didn't even really have like a real structure to it, to where you can go back and reference it and look at fact. And so it's like dead ass. They were on crusades, bro. They were going around slaughtering hundreds of thousands, millions of people in the name of like spirituality. And that's just proof of what I'm saying, that like when you subscribe to the man-made principalities, that's when you really start to lose me, because like there's a legitimacy to saying that you believe in God, and that legitimacy comes from having a life where you interact consciously with yourself and you feel above, or you feel oneness, like a wholeness that lets you that really guides you, like you're walking with God. If you say you know God exists, you don't believe God exists, you'll often hear people say that, like, no, I don't believe in God, I know there's a God. Those are the type of people. It's not even about conviction, because that's about convincing yourself. It's about observing correspondence and serendipity, like being able to recognize all those patterns. It really does. Like, it's analogous. You'll hear a lot of these schizophrenic people, they think that they're fucking like some miraculous anomalous being. A lot of them genuinely believe that. And if not that, a lot of them have paranoid like Gnosticism. Like it's really like they believe there's mimetic psionic attacks, like actual like people trying to gang stalk them in their mind, or they're connected to some sort of collective. Like those are actually ideas within schizophrenic people's heads. And somewhat to some extent all that shit is like it makes it harder to comprehend because it manifests differently within different people. I don't know, it's so strange. It's so strange. And the devil, they got the devil in them. That's really when I started to wake up. When I started to be able to use my own discernment. It's not about no divination. It's literally about discernment, bruh. Like you can't fucking. It's not something you can teach anybody directly, but you can like create the confines of someone's axiology or axioms for like their morals and their ethics. You can really like a good parent is someone who's trying to genuinely structure like ethic, like have the child learn why, like that's literally what their minds are leaning to. All the children, bro, even when you were a kid, all we wanted to do was know why, like pretty much. That why what's that, that type of stuff is just curiosity. So you gotta nurture that curiosity, and you have to be able to like when something's asking like that's literally what ethic means. It's like behavioristics. It's the reason having like the ability to reason and just ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is this gonna do for me? Just having that and dead ass. And that shit is so funny because there's like parents who neglect their kids. There's parents who are overbearing, but then there's like some who are just perfectly geared for teaching. One thing we have to start teaching people is how to teach. Because a lot of people, especially in the modern age, are real life struggling to articulate like how they feel. Like they really are struggling to articulate how things are affecting them. Like, if you're gonna have a democracy, yet nobody has a voice, then this shit is never gonna work. I don't know. It's just so simplistic. If you want to have social media, but nobody has a real voice, then this shit's just not gonna work. You want to have a democracy, a government made up of the people, but nobody has a voice, then this shit is not gonna work. It's just the reality. I'm not talking about no war on free speech. This isn't no retarded shit. I had to stop being so profane. But earlier in the beginning when I said bitch, I was like, oh man. Mm. That was that's what I was talking about, a couple minutes of a therapy session. I also got some alcohol brewing that I gotta fucking take care of. And that's a real life responsibility for me. I'm finna keep making different versions. Oh, what do we praise? Psalm 118. Give thanks unto the Lord. It's so funny. It says what we were talking about just a minute ago about knowing versus believing. It says, the Lord is on my side, I will not fear. What can man do unto me? The Lord taketh my part with them that help me. Therefore shall I see my desire upon them that hate me. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. It's better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes. Honestly, this is that one psalm that it just keeps saying, His mercy endures forever. And that's what you remember it for. But that shit right there, it really does kind of like every time I just open up to a random psalm and I can already just see it, how, I don't know. It's so strange when you engage with this type of spiritual medium. It makes you really think about physics, bro. After I finish this psalm and before I open up those tarot cards, I'm gonna go back into that. But you gotta peep this next verse. You gotta peep this next verse. He say, the right hand of the Lord is exalted. The right hand of the Lord doeth valiantly. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. The Lord hath chastened me sore, but he hath not given me unto death. Open to me the gates of righteousness, and I will go into them, and I will praise the Lord. That shit is so poetic. It's like until you're, if you have that real devotion, I swear, I fucking curse the Lord, bro. I say when I die, I'm gonna kill God with my gold-plated AK-47. I'm gonna have two of them hoes. Let's see that. 762. It won't be an army behind me. No legion and devil and demon and serpents. Here gonna be me, a one-man army. And I'ma kick them pearly gates open. That's how I feel. But like in real life, bruh, you gotta understand that every single day I be like praying before I go to bed about thank you for giving me life. Just thank you. Life is enough. It really is enough. And you ask yourself, like, it's not even in a cynical way, but you're like, why would God leave righteous people so destitute? What is the point of me being good in a world full of bad things? And then that shit really gives you an answer right there. The Lord gives you life so that you could tell of his works. And that's really how I view it. Like when I was talking about earlier, like in that little session of just Joel's mind without any other median, leaning into other median, I was talking about that. That you really, there's people who know, and it's not conviction, it's like different. It's like they dead ass are subscribing to this. Like people's pathology and psychology is just different. People think about things in different ways, think in different ways. You got some people that are visual, and some people that are like sensational, where they feel like a sensory kind of thing, and they just are guided by that. And however you want to say that is correlated to intellect, intelligence, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there's like this weird Kizaru Michi, Miyumashi's way. Miyumashi, well, it's just that idea of like when you can see the path in one place, you can see it everywhere. I don't know. I feel like if you walk with the idea that there's a higher power or that you are a higher power, then it really will kind of, maybe it only narrows your perception. Maybe it's ignorance. But however it manifests, like legitimately, like not in my feeling or belief, it just creates more of an opening. It creates more opportunities. Whether that person's delusional as hell or they're fucking pious as hell, it's like real life. The word pious, like piety, is that it's like that real life representation of like someone's devotion, like through their work, through their action, through their demeanor, through their rapport, they fucking exude a energy that shows you they're devoted. One thing that you could say, whether you like Islam or Muslims, is that it is relatively pious to have 5 prayers a day. Like no matter where you are, drop everything, clean yourself, and fucking pray to God 5 times a day. Like, that's pious. That really is. That shows like that it's indicative of reverence. Like, they real deal fear God or believe in God as almighty above all else. That, I don't know. And so just like conviction to say, even though I have this like he says, God has chastened me sore, like work you to death, like literally, like you've literally been shown reproof, reverend man, and you just been chastised all day, and you're right there, you so sore, but he hasn't given you over to death. Over me to the gates of righteousness, and I'll praise the Lord. They used to preach about salvation. Nobody preach about no salvation no more. They say the world is hell. And they don't say, if you walk with God, the world will become less unbearable. And you're going to attain salvation. And they made heaven into a cartoon paradise. They made you gotta give your soul over to the Lord. You wanna go to heaven. You gotta quit lying, quit stealing. You gotta take your mind over your body, boy. I ain't there, boy. I don't believe in the heaven that these people just put out there. This heaven ain't nothing. These people is demon worshiper. I'm reading demon word. That's how I see it. Well, it's still good because, I don't know, glory be to God type shit, right? I could appreciate the gospel. I know the truth when I seen it. This is the gate of the Lord to righteousness. Aw, I hear them devils over there, and they play on a game with me. And the devil wanna eat me. Devil, don't get off of me, devil. Time to play the ukulele. I'm so distracted, but the song is almost over. Where you going, boy? Where you going up there? Who? Enid, what's wrong? My Pokemon. My Pokemon is barking. Get angry. Something wrong with that Pokemon. He hears something outside. It's a demon, folks. Oh, she don't like it when the police comes. And she say, oh, I hate the feds. They worked me to death in my past life. I don't know. The Bible says you only live one life. That's a foolishness. But I will praise thee, for thou hast heard me, and art become my salvation. Well, we time skipped out my Bible, because I know y'all don't like no Bible. Nah, them demons get excited when you put the Bible and not in no good way. In a positive way. They get about ready to snatch you up. Yes, sir, them demons want to snatch you up. Take out that Bible for you. What the fuck? This was a card that was just facing me. I tend to give them a read. I don't like leaving them. The fool, spread your wings and fly. Anticipation, wonder, curiosity, awe, new journey, cares needed, and potential. Air, Uranus. Being, beginnings, endings, innocence. I'm not no innocence. I got devil in me. Naivety, recklessness, apathy, inexperience, hesitation, unwise decisions, indecision. Unwise decisions, indecision. That shit funny. The Fool is a common card out here. I'm not even joking. That ain't even no me on no plug shit. Oh, I wanna see the devil. I think I seen death. I'm just kidding. You see, that's the thing. A lot of people attach some type of entities to this shit, and I'm like, nigga, you are retarded, bro. You're the one doing the reading. Ain't no goddamn devil. Did he call me the devil? Ain't no devil in no hand of my sinful dim deck. Devil will always be on you. You can never run from no devil if he wanna get on you. Devil go have you jump off the building. You keep thinking, talking how you thinking, talking like you know something. You don't know nothing. I just love shovel these cars up. Let me go on ahead and shovel them cars. I'll give you a good reading. I'll give you a good reading. Go ahead and shovel these carts up. Go ahead and shovel this cart. Don't got no vanities. Man, I might as well just go get the fucking tripod if I'm about to be battling with this flesh and blood. There we go. The blinding light. It'll incinerate them demons. I'm just kidding, man. Like I'm saying, I've been saying that before. Why do you guys get so attached to the idea of entities? It's like they really are on some kindergartner believing in Santa shit. They can't understand the idea of the symbolic nature of like a character or a symbol like that just carries all those connotations, whether positive or negative. It's like real life, you gotta be able to start recognizing that shit. So when you're exposed to it in different manners, you can fucking see the analogies. Like, I'm not saying there's signs everywhere, but it's dead ass like in the Matrix when Neo meets Morpheus and he just starts seeing the red, or in It when you start to see the red balloons, like in Stephen King shit with the shine. That's what I was gonna say. I had said but after I finish the psalm, I want to go back to the physics aspect of it. Real life, like the spirituality being correlated to the science, like how I said. I'm not even trying to talk conspiratorially or speaking from a place of the unknown. It's just as simple as reality. I'm gonna go get that. Look at these cars here. I don't want to play with no cars. Let's shuffle them hoes. Vain vanities. Vanity of the cards. I always find on tarot. I don't play with no tarot cards. I don't be playing with no cards. I don't play with no cards. I don't play with no cards now. Where the fuck is that? Tripod. Page either. Well, we go pirate Avatar. And we sell that hoe in the street. Want some CDs? Nigga, y'all want some pirated DVD? They got chase money. But man, I don't need to know nothing about big money. I'm a big stepper. All my steps calculated. Big boy diamonds. I saw me changing the climate. See, like the way I be. Bottom gun and 30. I'm a burglar and a murderer. Try me. I'm a burglar and a murderer. Try me. Big boy diamond. Ooh, y'all like that ukulele? I've been playing the ukulele. The damn the dog and that whining. Why that damn the dog and that whining? Yeah, it's like physics, bro. And now there's a more confirmed epistemological source. You see, a lot of physics has begun devolving into metaphysics because so many parabola or just fucking silly paradoxical ideas with no explanation are being found. And so you got all these theories that are being concocted, but then there's more founded ideas that we're starting to see when you start to ponder the being of being, or why is the world acting, why are these energies acting how they're acting, you'll dead ass find hyperdimensionality, like metaphysics, quantum physics, quantum mechanics. You start to delve into that type of shit. And the early ideas were like, oh, Schrodinger's box. You put it inside the box, and anything could happen to it when you open the box. And those were good ideas for the foundations of where we're at now, but they were just insufficient. And so we're really looking at it now, and it's dead ass. Like when you look at the reality, which is that correspondence and serendipity are definitely a real thing, so much so that humans joke about coincidences. Oh, what a coincidence, or a jinx. Like there's real life auto suggestion within the substrate. Yeah, within the substrate. And when you think about how air quotations evolution, because evolution is a theory in itself, which is the idea of what is it called when something, it's not social Darwinism, but it's almost like that, like emergence theory, like, oh, this thing became introduced to this new environment, and so within the confines of its fucking natural abilities it started to be able to do this, and then over time as it's separated from this, like emergence theory, I think that's something what it's called. Anyway, within the confines of all of that, you really start thinking about how the data is like transferred from brain to brain to brain to brain, and how even now within your consciousness, you have these different recollections of things, and you have like there's almost incapacity to comprehend your subconscious mind. Like you really can't understand why you think the way you think. You can think about how you think the way you think, but you can't just turn it on, turn it off. It genuinely takes like work. Like whether it's teaching yourself a new habit or stopping an old habit, whether it's you started doing something that was correlated to having the effects that you desired. It's just we're genuinely like real life fucking living beings. And I swear it's so crazy because when you start to try to measure correspondence or serendipity, it's almost like something comes and tries to block you from understanding it. Real life, like a black wall, like a void, an abyss, a brick wall, a black wall. And in physics, a lot of people will reaffirm that now. Like the stupid shit about like Hitchens particles or some shit, and just black matter or heat death, where there's so many ideas about things we can observe, but we really there's like the way that it's explained is they'll always say that it's almost like there's an invisible force on the other side, and like it's if that's where it's pointing, then it's not so ridiculous to sit here and say, maybe there are bigger picture ideas that we can't even fathom or consider. It's just so crazy, bro. So crazy. To be G with you, these niggas is on some shit, cuh. We got to overcome it, mate. Mate, your minds over the matters, mates. I was like dead ass. I started this off. I was like, I'm gonna just do this because I don't have no food. I'm gonna feed my spirit, God. Oh, feed the spirit, and now I won't be hungry. I won't be hungry. I won't be hungry. Oh damn, blood. I gotta get some popcorn, man. Someone buy me the biggest popcorn, please. I have no money. Money is dead. No, I spent all that. I'm trying to restart my damn business. For real, I spent $130. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah. Get these cars, nigga. Fuck this tarot reading. We already got the food. One last car, nigga. I need to get that food cooking. That's what I'm really on, man. I'm hungry than a bitch, and I forgot I got something to do. What the fuck? They gave me 3 cards. I didn't even ask for no 3 cards. But I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna use them. Because that's what God intent for me. Something tells me trade out. No, never mind. Take it just like how it came to you. I got the Hermit again. I got 3 of Pentacles and I got the Wheel of Fortune again. I think it's crazy. It's wicked because like how I keep getting the same cards. I've been doing tarot for like 2 years, 3 years now. Why the fuck is it giving? Have I not seen all 70 cards? There's like 72 cards in there. I just keep seeing the same ones. I'm like, how much I scuffle that deck? All life's answers are within you. That's the Hermit. Wisdom, solitude, inner truth, divine inspiration, enlightenment. Hermit is an earth sign. Yeah, the Hermit. Yeah, he's so earthbound. You gotta consider the idea of what it really takes to make someone feel like, oh, I have to fucking get out of this life and go live in the woods like a big shoe. Like what if like to make a person really feel like they have to reject the notions of every single person around them? The Hermit. And that's what the hermitage is. It's dropping everything and being like, I'm just gonna fucking start walking. And when I get where I need to be, I'll stop. The hermit is back. I drew this in the last reading. Crazy. It's been weeks, but he's still back. Because I was asking myself, oh man, I was literally asking myself some shit. And then I drew the hermit, and I was like, oh, that's imprudence, hastiness, rashness, isolation, withdrawal, darkness, mistrust. Let's see that. Imprudence, hastiness, rashness, isolation, withdrawal, darkness, mistrust. That sounds like a bad omen. And I could just see how all that would manifest in what I was saying before. Like, oh, I'm about to get back into this shit. All that really, like, is like, it feels like a bad omen. But it's not even that. It's more like a warning. Like, if you're really about to re-engage in all this shit, you better not be imprudent and rash. Yeah, that hastiness and that rashness, I know it could lead to like, oh, you fucked yourself, Joel. What are you doing? You got too avaricious. Isolation? That's what I was talking about. We got to get that quality control rather than false promises that you can't deliver on. That's why earlier I was talking about we compensate for the fact that we don't know the actual THC content by just putting like the low end, the high low end. So like 11%, 16%, you know. Because you don't want to tell someone, oh, this is gas, and calculate it with the idea that this was 27%, 22% THC weed, and it's literally, they eat it and they're like, it didn't even get me high. You gotta be for real. Nigga, carry yourself with pride on who you are and what you is. Why you gotta fake? Why you on the front? So I try to put a real life, like, milliliters of THC per fucking unit, you know? If I was a bitch ass nigga, I know it. I would be sitting here trying to tell niggas it's 22% THC content. And so this actually got 470 milliliter THC in that hole. You know, we might not go want to eat the whole thing. I need to clarify that shit. So then I infused that butter oil so well. And then I could infuse some olive oil. You know, I'm fixing to make some pancake. I'm gonna put some THC pancake. You know, I eat some infused pancake. I know your ass will. Yeah, I don't like bacon. Bacon for faggots. I'm just kidding. I'll bake every day. I keep on baking. I can't stop baking. Matter of fact, I'm baking today. All I ate today was some bread. Wisdom, solitude, inner truth, divine inspiration, enlightenment. Wisdom sought. Wisdom sought. What does that mean? I feel like I go out of my way to, you know, ask questions. I think I have humility. No, a mongoloid. No, really, the problem isn't me. Wisdom side, I'm there, boy. I'm comfortable asking and looking stupid if I actually don't know. And and then I'm comfortable being able to tell myself, like how I said, that's something you really gotta acknowledge. If you want to actually grow, you gotta be able to look at yourself and say, nah, that shit's no good, that's gotta go. Oh, you really, if you wanna be able to respond to the call, like the little bunny rabbit, if you wanna respond to the call, you gotta be comfortable criticizing yourself. Gotta be comfortable saying this shit ain't enough. It ain't enough. Solitude, yeah, divine inspiration and enlightenment. The hermit really is that card. Yep, I used to think what I needed to do was go on a hermitage. I wanted to. I still will one day. To hit me a hermitage. Hit the road, Jack. And don't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Y'all don't know nothing about that. I'm gonna get my hermitage. We gonna be out. We out of here. We out of here. I don't like you guys. Reach out for the help you need when you need it. You know, that's a 3 of Pentacles. Now, a pentacle is a talisman. Almost like a rune. No way to run it back. What the fuck? Think it back. I didn't have no. The devil in there. They got the devil in them boys do. I can finish this tarot reading real quick. Reach out for help when you need it. 3 of Pentacles, Earth, Capricorn. That's what I was just saying. I was just talking about. Damn, them boys is back. We gotta get fucking I was saying I have humility. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable being able to ask when I don't know and look stupid. Bro, doing a reading and having people around instantly killed. It was the hermit. The hermit was talking about that solitude, that divine inspiration. I feel like it really comes from being alone, but not really. Not really. I just don't like those people's ideas. I really don't like any of those niggas' ideas in the regard of like spirituality. I feel like I live with some lames. I like the term lame. You know, lame like when they don't got no senses. Their senses is dull. Devils. They got the devil in them. Reach out for the help you need when you need it. Cooperation, gain, teamwork, creativity, realization, influence, common goals. That's funny because it's like opening to communication, groups, and maturing. Low quality, mediocrity, lack of skill, preoccupation, isolation, sloppiness, group conflict. Well, I already talked about this card, especially when you hear how I responded to them people coming back. Um, and then before I mentioned, oh, I got a family outing. So yeah, well, it doesn't have to be interpreted in a negative sense, but it kind of bad vibes forever. These niggas is it's not just them, bro. It's literally I don't know. I don't got none of that. I hate this shit, but I know that I'm on that, and all the answers lie within me. I love that shit. I just gotta take it and work with it. But I can't work with it. That shit's lame, bro. Like, that's what I was feeling. I was like, you feel this negativity, but it's not even like that. But then you turn over and you read the reverse, and it's just low quality, mediocrity, lack of skill, preoccupation, isolation, sloppiness, group conflict. And those are all the things that give you that negative, it make you miserable trying to build with when you only got one builder in Clash of Clans because two of them is being used, or maybe you got all five and four of them builders is in use, and fucking one of them, not one of them, but he's supposed to be the one for walls until your walls get maxed out. God damn it. One more card. One more motherfucking card. This was a good one, the Three of Pentacles. You gotta mind your P's and Q's type of shit. Hate, you hate, you hate to fucking be self-serving, you know what I mean? Like, I can definitely see that shit. In order to avoid that conflict, you got to be open to that realization and that influence, the common goals and the teamwork and the gain and the cooperation. Like, this one is really juxtaposed. The Three of Pentacles is really, really juxtaposed. But it's not a face card. It's the only non-face card that I had today. First was the Fool. Second was the Hermit. Third was the Three. And now the last one, the Wheel of Fortune. Keeps on coming. You have strength and new beginnings. The cycle restarts. Bro, what the fuck I was talking about earlier? Tell me I wasn't talking about the idea of like, you could say that it comes like in cycles, but at the end of the day, it's not even that. You're just constantly capable. Like, people look at time in this weird linear shit. But no, you gotta be able to recognize that every year is a new year, but you're living this one life, and you're growing not in the same way of just moving straight forward on a timeline. Like, it's really like a skill tree in a fucking MMORPG, and I bet you can forget skills if you don't fucking put them in use. Hell yeah, nigga won't be able to use the skill. I caught some people outside. Uh, oh, I hurt their brains. I hit the devil out there. I'm just kidding. Wheel of Fortune, change, chance, fate, happiness, cycles, destiny, luck, karma. Oh boy, I was just talking about luck, misfortune, failure, chaos, bad luck, broken sequence, returning again to the same situation. Ain't that funny? Completion, return, higher level, success, true will. The Wheel of Fortune. You have strength and new beginnings. The cycle restarts. That's awesome, bro. I'm so happy that I pulled that in the sense of like it's reassurance, you know? Look for help where you need it. You got the answers. Spread your wings and fucking fly. You have strength and new beginnings. Like that's all of them really do like go together well after me having had talked on the idea of restarting, getting back into this business. And it told me all about like the negative aspects, like watch out for that rashness, that hastiness, And you gotta stay on your P's and Q's. God damn it. Oh, and you can't, like don't look for no conflict. You got that group gotta cooperate and look and have some real life goals. Be open. Be open. Nope, I don't know. The devil's in these here tarot cards. Oh, don't you ever pick up no tarot cards. Or I will cut off your hands. That's us. That's us. Don't you cut. I will cut off your hands. Devil in that Bible. Don't you pick up that Bible. I'm not joking. You pick up that Bible, I will cut off your hands. You come to your mama for spiritual guidance. You don't go to nowhere else. You come to me for that spiritual guidance. Because the Bible is got the gospel in there with the truth, but it got the lies of the wickedest mans that ever was. I tell you what, I don't want them getting in your head and beguiling you and put all them devilish wiles in your mind and machinations. Got you acting in a snide little, unjust, tarnished manner. And don't be afraid to ask mama nothing. You gonna learn could be your own woo lady, just like mama. Everybody got to handle their own spirit. So you don't be afraid to ask mama how she know and why it is that way. Don't go nowhere else to that. Don't you dare pick up that Bible, them tarot cards. Don't you go pick up that Torah, that Injil, the Quran. Don't you pick up them devil books. Them is grimoire. Them is grimoire full of spell casting. Spell casting chants a song you could sing. The devil in there with the prayers, the devil prayers, demonic influence. But put that down.